Welcome back to Omni Garage. So in today's video I'm going to be changing out my K&N high flow filter. I'm going to give it a bit of a clean with the K&N Recharge Kit and put it back into the car. So the car's just ticked up 140,000 Ks and I took it into the Subaru shop for it to get its some 10K service. So they changed the oil and a few other bits and pieces. Now every sort of 10,000 Ks I take it back to this Subaru dealership and I just like them to go through the car. I'm not sure if they really do a real thorough job, and there's probably better garages out there that do that, but I just like taking the car back to Subaru. I get the little sticker in the book, and this car has got an exceptional service history with Subaru. So ever since day one, this car has been serviced by the Subaru dealership. So I really want to keep that legacy going, and then every sort of 5,000 K intervals, I do my own oil change. I drop the oil. I do a little bit of a check as well, but so now that it's come up to the 10K service, I'm going to do the recharge kit on the K&N filter. I just let the guys know at Subaru that, hey, don't touch the filter because I'll do that type of thing. Don't touch the windscreen wiper fluid and things like that because I'll do that. And they're really happy to do that. So that's what we're going to get into today. And I probably do this every sort of 10,000 Ks. I know you can definitely go a long period of time with your reusable, rewashable sort of K&N air filter, but I just like to do it just as a periodic maintenance thing along with that 10,000 K service. So let's get stuck in. Alright, so for the purpose of this video, I'm going to take off this air intake bit that delivers air to the filter here, but if you were doing this without filming, you can just pop this box, the top of this box off, and your filter can come out nice and easy. But this is a 10mm bolt here. Comes off nice and easy. And this just literally just slips out. Super easy like that. And then you've got a couple of little pipes here that just clip out of their little, I suppose, little cradles there. And then you've got your airflow sensor here, which is just unscrews off the top. Now inside this is a little tiny sensor. So when you take this off, you want to be real careful not to bump that sensor and destroy it, because otherwise you'll need to be buying a new one of these, which you don't want to do. So just in the inside there's that little sensor. Just be real careful with that. And just to get this air box off, I usually just unscrew these two parts here and take this bit off because it allows you to clip the box in a lot easier. And there's our K&N filter in the inside there, and that's the part that we're going to be cleaning. The model number for this car is a 2007 WRX. The model number for this particular filter here is a 33-2232. So I've only had this K&N filter for about 10,000 Ks. It's never been washed before. This is the first time. So it is a little bit dirty, but definitely you can get away without washing this for a long period of time. And this pretty much would last a lifetime of the vehicle. K&N sort of guarantees that. So in this kit here we've got our cleaning agent, which we're going to use to clean the filter. The spray stuff here, this is the air filter cleaner, and also we've got our recharge oil, because once it's finished cleaning, or once we've finished cleaning it and once it's finished drying, we then need to reapply our oil to the filter. Okay, so the instructions say that you want to spray your air filter cleaner onto both sides of the air filter and then let it soak for 10 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. So I guess the whole idea of letting this soak for 10 minutes is just so it loosens up all that dirt and stuff that's been caught into this air filter. I don't know exactly how much to apply, but I guess you'll know when enough's enough. Alright, so we'll just let that soak for 10 minutes now. So this filter's been soaking now for 10 minutes. I did apply a little bit more of that filter cleaner than what you saw in the video, but now we want to rinse this air filter from the clean side, so inside, which is this side, out. So we apply the water on this side to flush all the dirt out that way, because this is the dirty side of the filter. And it just says for low pressure water, so here we go. So this filter is pretty new, so there's not a lot of dirt coming out, but you can see that that water is a little bit dirty, so I guess it's pulling out a little bit of dirt that was in there. So I think I'm going to do that one more time. I'm going to apply some more of that cleaning stuff and just give it one more set of sort of 10 minutes to clean. But you can see how now all the red of the filter's gone, so it's taken all that filter oil out. So once this air filter's had time to dry, then we will need to apply some more of our filter oil. But I'm going to give it one more clean, and we'll let that soak for another 10 minutes. You probably don't need to do this, but for completeness sake, I'm just going to do it. Alright, so this is the second rinse of this filter. Again, we're rinsing from the inside out. And you would expect that this wouldn't take out too much dirt on the second time round, but what you can really see here is the filter has lost all of its red oil on the top, so it's looking really dull, which is great to see. And this cleaning stuff has done a really good job at pulling all that dirt and stuff out of the filter. So I'm super happy with how this stuff's working. I'll flip it around so you can see the backside where it was the dirtiest, so you can see how well it's done. And before you could see that there was a big black mark along there, but this cleaning solution stuff has done a really good job of pulling that out, so super happy with that process. We're just going to shake it off and let it sit and let it dry. I'll let this dry overnight before I put it back in. Okay, so I let this filter dry overnight and it's nice and dry, and I've given it a shake to make sure that there's no water in there, and it's definitely dry. So now I'm going to apply our filter oil here. So you want to apply it to the back side or the dirty side of the air filter, because the air is going to come in from the outside into here. It's going to filter through, and then this is the side that's going to take air to the engine. So you want to be applying your filter oil to the back side of this. So I've got the kit that comes with the spray. You can buy this with a like a form of like an oil droplet where you just drop it along the back side of these pleats here, but I've got the spray version. I think that's probably going to be a little bit easier and have a little bit more control when doing this. So you don't want to apply too much filter oil to the back of this. You just want to cover the whole of the surface. And so straight away you can see that that's changed the back of this filter from that grey black colour into a red, so therefore you can see that I've applied it to every surface on the back of these pleats here. Now we're just going to let it sit dry for 20 odd minutes. Alright, so I've had this filter dry now for 20 minutes with that oil on there. It's all ready to install. So the whole idea of that filter oil is to make sure that any of the dirt particles that are coming from the outside of the car actually attach to that oil, and it sort of acts as like a capturing agent or a bonding agent to stop the dirt particles coming through the filter and into the car. So I do know that there has been a lot of myths about the K&N oil, and that some people have said that that oil will come through the filter and then attach it onto the MAF sensor, and by doing that it would cause a bit of a fault to the MAF sensor. K&N have tested this multiple times and has said that that's not the case, so I'm totally happy that putting that oil on there should be safe. I didn't apply a lot, I just gave it a nice little coating, so we should be fine there. So I'll just attach the box and the intake bit, and that's all done. So just like we did to undo all this, I'm just going to attach the box and bits and pieces back together. There is a couple of little clips behind here, so you want to sort of insert these plastic bits in underneath there. It can be a bit difficult. So we can screw that back in. And then you've just got to remember to do these clamps back up. I just do these up so that they're sort of snug. I don't over tighten, because if you do over tighten, you can sort of clamp that hole down. So you want to make sure that's open as much as possible, but tight enough so that it doesn't slip around, but not too tight that you close that off. And then the same here with this one here. And I just undid these for the video, and it made it a bit easier for me to twist that out so that we could get that filter out for you guys to see. You definitely don't need to be doing that. And then the last step is just putting this back in. So this doesn't really clip in at all on this side here. It just sort of sits over that hole there. So I just sort of jiggle that around there, make sure that wire's out of the way, and it just sort of fits over the top. And then you can put your two 10mm bolts back in. And then same again with these, I don't over tighten these, I just make it so it's nice and snug. Alright, so that's the reinstallment of the nice and clean K&N air filter. So that's pretty much the car sorted now for the next sort of 5,000 to 10,000 Ks. If you guys are interested in any more of the content related to the 2007 WRX, please hit the subscribe button, because it's about time now that Omni Garage pops the lid off a nice cold one. Thanks for watching.